ay resuming tayo. So, premiums, basic plans and riders tayo. Yung mga terminologies lang naman to. So, ano yung concept of premium? And actually, is the company officer that determines the premium rates with respect to the principal elements of the life insurance. So, yung actuarial department natin nag-determine kung magkano yung magiging premium ng bawat policies. Okay, so, sabi ito, factors that affect premium, ayan. Of course, mortality, interest, tsaka expense. Kasi, tingnan natin. Pero, meron ditong show namin yung parang computations, pero hindi naman natin kailangan i-believe. Kasi, usually, naka-ano naman sa underwriting yan, sa actuarial department na lang. Yun. So, mortality plus interest equals the net premium. Yun yung charge natin sa client. Sorry, hindi pala. Net premium. Expense plus safety margin and requirement is the loading. So, net premium plus loading, ito yung net-charge na value, gross premium. So, dito sa expense, kasama na rin yan yung mga commissions, ganyan, yung insurance cost, ganyan. So, kasama na. So, huwag din ang tanong paano yun, basta yan yung nag-a-arrive ng ano natin, may nagka-complete naman yung set office. And, types of premium, kasi dalawa siya. Yung isa, natural premium, premium that increase each year as the age of the insured increases. So naman, level premium that remains the same from year to year throughout the premium paying period. So, meron tayong level, usually sa traditional, hindi siya naging. Kasi pag pa-insure ka ng 25 years old, yun na yun, all throughout, hanggang matapos mo yung policy. Doon man sa iba, nag-i-increase, ito yung medyo on the other type of plan, yung mga term insurance, ganyan, kasi every year nire-renew mo siya. So, nag-i-increase siya. Ito na yung classification. What are the classification of basic plans? Yung una, according to nature, according to participation, tsaka according to coverage. Pag according to nature, ito yung dalawa, nakahati siya. So yung una, temporary or term insurance, tsaka isa permanent. By the term itself, temporary siya, kasi temporary nga talaga siya. On the hope na later on, pwede mo siya i-convert to a permanent plan. So, sa temporary, dalawa rin siya classification, level term or decreasing term. Sa kabila naman, permanent, ordinary, nahahati rin siya, ordinary life, yung whole life, pag sinabing whole life, hanggang 100 taon. Or, nagkaroon na rin over the years, nag-innovate na rin, nagkaroon na rin tayong limited pay. So, nung araw, nung panahon ko, 1990s, 100 years old, di ba? Pero, napagod yung mga kliyente, so naglabas din ang industry ng limited pay, 10 years, 20 years, 20 years. Tapos, on the other hand, kung ito ordinary la, whole life, later makita, yung nung araw, naglabas na rin sila ng parang endowment. Pag sinabi mo endowment, parang may tatanggapin, kaya na-endow. Diba? So, yung una, regular endowment, your endowment, tsaka anticipated endowment. Itignan natin as we go along yung mga classification na, tsaka yung mga terms. So, temporary or term, makitandaan lang, life insurance that remains in force for a specified period lang or term. Kasi mamaya, may lalabas na sa question dyan na ikino-compare siya sa endowment plan. So, anong pagkakahawig nila, pagka-similarity nila? Kasi, sino-cover lang sila for a specified term. So, mamaya, makikita nyo rin yan sa endowment. And then, terms face-to-face amount only in the event of death. So, pag babayaran lang yung kliyente pag namatay. Ito yung talagang pag namatay, literal. Kasi bakit? Ito kasi yung pinaka-mura. No profit sharing, no cash values, and the cheapest in terms of initial premium or claim. Kaya, pag namatay lang. So, ang concrete example niyan will be insurance ng kotse. Di ba? Yung insurance ng kotse, nire-renew, parang ganun. Pag walang bangga, walang claim. Ganun din siya. Pag walang patay, walang claim. Kasi nga, pinakamura siya, temporary naman din kasi siya. So usually, saan natin ginagamit ito? Kung naririnig niyo yung mortgage redemption insurance, ginagamit sa mga loans. Housing loans, condo loans, kasi ang bangko ka i-release ng loan, kailangan may insurance ka. Eh usually, ino-offer na rin nila sa kanilang produktong ganito. Pero kung meron silang client siya ng Sun Life at meron siya existing, at ganito yung policy niya, pwede niya i-endorse sa bangko yung policy. Bakit? Naninigurado yung bangko na pag namatay yung kanilang borrower o yung utang, bayad yung loan. Aside from, nakakulateral ang bahay mo at lupa mo. Diba? So yun. So yun yung gamit niya. Kaya minsan, yung mga term insurance sa ganito, medyo malalaki amounts niya. Kasi nga, minsan, ang usual is, mga 5 million yung loan niya, 5 million din insurance term niya. So, yung ibang mga client naman, yung talagang walang budget, Ang minimum kasi nito 1 million. Sa atin I don't know with the other companies. Sa atin, 1 million siya. So, ang 1 million sa 25 years old, siguro mga 6,000 plus a month. A year. Ang laki, ang liit na. Tapos ang laki na ng coverage. Kasi mura nga siya. Kasi wala siyang, tandaan niyo, wala siyang dividends, walang profit sharing, walang cash value, walang bangga, walang pay. Walang debt, walang pay. Next, renewable convertible siya. Ito siya, kung yearly renewable siya, every year yung protection period mo. Once na-renew na, for another year, another protection period. Ganun siya. So, in between ng danger lang, pag nag-lapse, in between na hindi ka nakabayad, patay. Wala ka makukuha. Yun yung danger niya. Kasi nga, dapat hindi siya naglalap siya. Kasi wala siya cash value. Unlike yung mga old, yung mga traditional policies. Means, meron din tayong 5-year convertible. By the way, wala tayong 1 year. Ito kasi industry concept. So, tinanggalin din sa akin yung 1 year. 5 years lang yung meron tayo convertible. Kasi, very tedious siya nag-renew ka. So, every 5 years, tumataas yung premium. Pero protection period mo for the next 5 years. Pero sana, walang lapse during the period 5 years. Kasi kung nag-lapse ka ng isa man lang doon, ang danger is yun na wala kang makukuha. Second, pag namatay ka, tapos bumabalik sa contestability kasi siya. Kung ano man yung hindi mo na-declare, chances baka hindi mo happy. Kaya doon yung danger niya. Next, is type of level term, type of term plus level term, yeah, death benefits rates mo sa over the term coverage or decreasing. Pwede pababa siya. So, sa atin increasing. So, level term, 5-year level term, yan, 3 million hanggang 5 years. Pareho lang yung coverage. Yung decreasing, ito pala wala tayo kasi 5-year tapos on the 5th year, baba na siya to 2.5. Wala tayo nito. Pero sa industry concept kasi, meron na yung company. Next is whole life. Ito na yung whole life. Remember, the life insurance remains in force during the insured's lifetime. Kailan yung lifetime? 100 years old. Talaga yung lifetime. The face amount is paid up whenever death occurs up to the age of 100 of the insured. And there are cash values as well as profit share. This time, meron na siyang cash value. And the initial outlay is higher than the term kasi mas mahal na siya insurance but lower than the endowment. So in short, ang pinakamahal yung endowment. Okay, so can you still follow? Ano lang naman, puro term wise. Ito siya. So pag whole life, 30 years ko nagpa-insure, hanggang kailan? Hanggang 100. So ano makukuha mo kung walang nangyari sa'yo, di ba? Maturity benefit kasi hindi namatay, outlive. So yung face amount plus accumulated dividends, yun yung sobra-sobra pa doon sa face amount. So yun yun. Pero pag namatay during the period, protection period, let's say halimbawa 75, death benefit na makukuha mo. Face amount plus accumulated dividends. Ngayon, kung hindi namatay, tapos maaga siyang kumuha, 65, ginawa niyong retirement fund. Ang tawag doon, living benefit. Kasi buhay siya eh. Diba? So, cash value lang ang makukuha niya. Hindi face amount. Cash value lang plus dividends. Kasi nga hindi naman namatay. Lagi pag namatay, face amount. Face amount siya. Diba? Okay, so 100 years old. Parang medyo pa ba yun? Oo, diba? Anyway, sige. Pero meron outlive na ngayon, 105, gano'n na ngayon. Ngayon, nagkaroon ng limited pay kasi nga sobrang tagal. This time, protection and premium payable for limited term only. So, life insurance remains in force during the insured lifetime. Pero ang coverage hanggang 100 taon. Pero ang bayad niya, mixi na. Okay. Face amount is paid until when the death occurs up to age 100 of the insured. There are cash value, of course, as well as profit sharing and dividends. So, hindi na-mention dito, sino mas mahal? Ito o yung whole life? Can you analyze? Sino mas mahal? Yung kinampress mo yung bayad o yung pinahaba mo yung bayad? Kinampress. Kasi syempre, hindi ka na magbabayad ng matagal. So kung may pera ka, bayaran mo na ng ano, di ba? Pero pagka extend mo yung bayad mo, it becomes cheaper. Kasi yung, ano ba, spread out mo yung cost mo over period. Ito yun. So parang 10-year limited pay, 30 to 40, tapos insured ka na 100 years old. So kung nabuhay ka, maturity, face amount plus dividend. Kung namatay ka, before 100, death benefit, face amount plus accumulated. Okay. Okay, now we go on to endowment plans. Dito, face-to-face amount whenever the life insured leads to the end of a specified. Remember nyo yung sabi ko kanina, tandaan nyo, covered protection period sa term is up to a specified period or dies during that period. So, yun yung similarity nila. Dito sa exam dalawa siya. So, it has cash value, profit sharing, or dividends. But this time, mas higher, pinakamataas, highest compared to the term and permanent plans. Even the limited plans, mas mahal siya. Allows for fast accumulation of funds, make it area for savings or for future needs. Kasi, mas malaki na pupunta sa parang fund niya. Kaya minsan, nung araw, wala naman kami ng mga investment. Yan ang ginagamit namin investment para sa mga bata. Usually, binibigyan namin yung government plan sa bata. Sa mga parents, nung kami sa regular, traditional life insurance lang. Kasi mas mabuhay din. So, ganito siya. So, pag sinabing nung araw kasi meron kami 20-year endowment plan, nakaan na talaga yun. Tapos pagdating nun, kunin mo na yung face amount. Kaya kung nagbisa ka ng 40 years old at 60, kung 1 million, kunin mo na yung 1 million plus dividends. Pero kung namatay, during the specified period lang, tsaka na ikaw makakakuha ng death benefit. After this, wala na insurance. Ganun yun. Kaya nga, pareho sila ng term, covered until the specified period lang. Kasi ganyan yung endowment. Meron siya. Ito yung isang plan, pero may lumabas kami, ito yung mga types niya. Yung regular endowment, age-based, term-based, pure endowment, tsaka anticipated endowment. Isa-isahin natin. Yung sa regular endowment, age-based. Yung kanina, term-based, 20-year endowment. Ito, meron kasi lumabas na ganito eh. Sa Sunlight meron din eh, pero ibang insurance company, nag-issue rin sila ng ganito. Endowment at 65. Parang, pinapredetermine na nila yung kung kailan makukuha yung fund. Ito naman, si Sun Life, talagang all throughout, ang tagal namin binenta to 20-year endowment. So, term-based siya, provides maturity at the end of the specified period. Okay, so, kung isa naman, pure endowment, promises to pay the face amount only if the insured survives up to the end of endowment period. Yung kanina, di ba, bigay na. Nothing will be paid if death occurs before the end of the endowment period. And then, eto, nagkaroon na rin ng anticipated kasi ang tagal ng 20 years eh. Nagkaroon kami ng mga ngayon, may policy pa naman na gano'n na bayad ka ng, let's say, bayad ka ng it's 100 or 20 years or pero meron kang tatanggapin in between. So ito yun, policy owner does not have to wait for the maturity date before a portion of the face amount is given. So nagbibigay siya ng percentage. Halimbawa, 1 million, 6% of the face amount. So, that's 60,000 every 2 years lifetime. Ganda rin ito. Kaya lang, nang mahal na siya, meron pa rin ngayon. Kaya lang, pag kinumpit mo yung cost mo, masyado na mahal, mag-BUL ka na lang kasi mas malaking kita doon sa later on, tingnan nyo nila, explore nila yung mga products na yun. Bibigyan naman yung sa product ko yun. So, tapos na tayo dito, participation na tayo. Of course, madali lang, participating or non-participating. But the term itself, but non-participating is the one which the policy owner does not share in the insurer's dividends. So, walang kita. Yun yung non-par na mga policies. Participating naman is the one under the policy owner shares in the insurance company's dividends sa kita. So, ano ito? Yung term, di ba? Non-par. Pero yung endowment, yung limited pay, yung whole life, dito siya. Kasi may dividendo. Okay, so, according to coverage naman, of course, meron tayong individual, joint life, tsaka group life. So, nakakatawa kasi, sabi ko nga concept ito, may joint life, pero sa atin wala tayo yan. So, mamaya, isa-isa natin siya. Sorry, picture ko ba? So, isahin na lang natin. Next. Individual life, of course, protection for only one person. There is only one issue in this type of plan. May be payable annually, semi-annual, or quarterly basis. Pwede rin siya maging monthly basis, provided parang salary deduction siya. And then what we do in companies, we present there, we call the HR officer and then the owner with send letters. And then when they allow us to conduct a financial planning, which we did in St. Peter actually, client ko yun. Yung mga tao, mga staff, can voluntarily avail of the salary deduction. Then it becomes monthly. Kasi ang first premium nila, 1 month lang. Tapos papa-approve mo na yung policy. Tapos bibigay mo na doon sa HR yung para sa accounting para mag-deduct siya kung sino-sino yung nag-avail ng staff. Maganda yun kasi kung corporate talaga. Kasi maganda dahil isang pagod mo lang, ganyan. Tapos ang dami ni magiging clients. And then, the company is monitoring yung premium payment to the issuance of check ng company. Kasi dideduct na nila sa payroll eh. So, punta ka doon, ay, andyan na po yung check ng Sun Life. Hindi yan sa'yo. So, ang kausap mo talaga yung pinaka-HR tsaka yung accounting niya. And then, joint life. This time, joint plans provide protection to 2 or more persons only, allowing single plan to have 2 or more insurance. Ang cute no, pero parang joint account sa bangko, pero wala tayo sa Sun Life. I don't know with other companies. Pero ito yung types niya. Yung una, joint life, death benefit payable at first death, after which the policy terminates. So pag naka-claim na yung kapartner mo, wala ka na. Yung una, no? Yung isa, joint and loss survivor, insurance cover extended until the last person being covered in the policy life. Pag namatay ka, tapos ba, 1 million yun, di 500 sa'yo. Pag namatay yung ka-partner mo, 500 sa kanya. So, wala kasi nito sa Sun Life. Group life naman, ito, common, provides protection to a group of people. Ito na yung sinasabi natin na company provided yung insurance. Siguro for those who are in the BPO, alam ko meron kayong mga di ba? So yun, so may master policy lang siya. Kaya lang, the moment na wala ka na sa kumpanya, kasi yung company hindi ka na rin covered. Kaya usually, nabebentahan ka naman sila, kumukuha pa rin sila ng personal policies nila. Because they know na, hindi sila tumagal sa company. Wala na yun. Diba? Kahit na 5 million pa yan, after nun, wala na. So, kailangan mo talagang kumuha ng personal. O, sa employees. Ang classification yan, types ng group plan. Yung una, non-contributory. Ay, ibig sabihin, employer pays for the premium, 100% of the employees, including the policy. So, ibig sabihin, walang shell out yung employee. Pero itong contributory naman, on the other hand, employer-employee share. So dito, kailangan lahat ng manpower i-cover natin. Kasi wala naman tayong anti-selection dapat dito. Dito, pag kasi nagka-contribute na pareho employee at employer, that's the time, kahit 75% lang ng manpower, pwede na to avail of the contributory. And riders, ano ba yung mga riders? Supplementary contracts that when attached to the basic policy will provide additional benefits at minimal cost. So it is referred to as a rider because it needs a basic policy to ride on to be effective. Kasi so hindi siya standalone. So ito yung mga yan siya. So accidental death, benefit waiver premium due to disability, payers benefit guaranteed insurability option, term insurance rider and family income rider. So let's go over it one by one. So sa accidental death benefit, it provides additional amount equal to the coverage in the event of accidental death of the insured. So narinig niyo ba yung double indemnity? Ito yun. So, kailangan, tandaan natin, ang cost ng death is accident to avail. Otherwise, kung sickness ang kinamatay, hindi niya pwedeng kunin niya kahit binayaran niya. Kasi parang additional lang siya. Limited in the period of 9 years from the date of the accident. So, next is waiver of premium due to disability naman. Ito naman, pag naging permanently total and permanently disabled yung person, nag-waive ang premium. Don't make the mistake na pag sinabi na, pag disabled ako, may makukuha ako, mawawave lang mo ang premium. So, wala siya makukuha actually. Sinasabi ni Brian kanina, di ba, pag namatay yung parent, waiver of disability and pay, on the payer side yun. So, pag namatay yung parent, of course, hindi naman makabayad yung bata. Nawa-wave lang, pero walang makakuhang face amount. It's only with it, kasi nga rider lang siya. Okay? So, ito na yung payer's benefit. Provides waiver premium during the rider term when the payer dies or becomes totally and permanently disabled. Waives premium until the time the child reaches the age where he can earn and pay for the premiums of the policy. So, parang nag-waive lang siya. Pero pag tungtong ng bata ng 21, he has to continue his policy. 18, sorry. 18, he has to continue the policy na. Kasi he can earn for himself. The age of legal age. So, tapos, ang GIO, ito, guaranteed insurability, wala naman tayo sa traditional natin, pero for industry concept, provides an opportunity to people to buy specific amounts of additional life insurance coverage at stated future intervals without the need to show evidence of insurability. So, ano ulit yung evidence of insurability? Medical. So, hindi na mag-a-under ng medical. Whenever you see this, ibig sabihin lang yan, yung medical. So, this means that insured will automatically pay the standard rate since there will be minimum underwriting requirements. So, hindi na siya ma-rated. kahit meron siya existing sickness. Pero sa traditional, wala eh. Ginagamit namin to more on the VUL side. Yung mga one-time placement ng policy. Term insurance rider, ito, provides additional coverage. So, on top of the basics, so kanina, di ba, we have yung face amount. Ang kapal naman ito. 1N. 1N. So, kung meron kang, term insurance, di ba, kanina meron tayong insurance na plan talaga, na term. Pwede mo rin siyang gawing rider. So, namalabas, may 1 million din. So, pag namatay yung tao, sickness, so magkano makukuha? 2N. Di ba? Kasi, sickness eh. Paano kung naglagay siya ng accidental death? At ang kinamatay niya ay accident. Plus, 1N. Kasi ADB nito is ganito, ito is mo. So, pag accidental death, 3 million yan. Kasi may term na siya, may accidental pa siya. Pero kung sickness lang, wala ito. Ito lang. Yung dalawa lang. Nagets? Kaya may tanong dyan, which of the following rider can maximize yung insurance protection? Actually, sagot na ito. Term insurance rider. Hindi ADB. Yung common mistake yung sumasagot is accidental. Hindi, paano kung di accidental ka namatay? Sakit. So, wala ito. Ang kailangan talaga kasi, di ba, due to accidental cost. So, family income rider, you can also attach a family income rider, but this is not offered in Sun Life in other insurance companies. A form of decreasing term rider that provides the family of the insured monthly income from the insured's date of death until the duration of the rider. So, wala tayong gano'n. Yung parang binibigyan siya ng monthly. Parang meron siyang pension pa. Wow! Parang hindi ata ito. Ano ba? Ito. Okay, anyway. Next is, ano yung mga types of contracts? Ito, we just go over it, pero mostly hindi siya lumalabas. Pero for the purpose of comparing lang to the life insurance contract, idaan na. Okay. That's how I explain this. Ito yung life insurance. Ito yung contract of indemnity. So, tingnan natin difference. Sa life insurance, yung naka-specify the amount of benefit that will be payable, di ba? Kung 1 million, when a covered loss occurs, regardless of the actual amount that was incurred. Ibig sabihin, kahit na, gumastos ka ng 5 million, ang insurance mo 1 million, 1 million lang bibigay sa'yo. Diba? Kasi naka-specify na talaga kung magkano makuha. Sa contract of indemnity, the amount of policy benefit payable for a covered loss is based on the actual amount of the financial loss as determined at time of loss. So, yun yung difference niya. So, kung 5 million naging loss mo, babayaran ka dapat mo sa contract of indemnity, babayaran ka dapat ng 5. Sa insurance, hindi. Naka-predetermined siya. So, okay. If you compare also in life insurance to as an informal contract, iba siya sa formal contract. Bakit? Sa informal contract sa life insurance, parties met requirement concerning the substance of the agreement. It may be expressed in verbal or written fashion. And it might be typically written lang. Medyo si Roy kanina yung contract. Sa formal contract, kailangan the parties met formalities concerning the agreement at saka naka-seal. May tayo seal. Pansinin niyo yung contract pagka meron kayo. Wala siya. So, then, unilateral daw ang insurance contract. Kasi only one party's insurer, kung yung Sun Life, to the contract has legally enforceable promises. Diba? Halimbawa, nagbayad ka. Tapos hindi ka binayaran ng Sun Life. Ano naman? Hindi ka naman lapse o ano naman. Meron kang isu ang Sun Life kasi may legal enforceable promise siya eh. Mag-isa lang siya. Pero ikaw, hindi ka nagbayad ng premium mo, hindi mo pwede i-demanda sa Sun Life. Hindi ka pwede i-demanda ni Sun Life, sorry. Hindi ka nagbayad ng premium mo. Maximum, nasa nasa application form dala ni kanina. 2 million lang. So kahit nagpa-insure siya ng 10 million, but the application process, up to 2 million lang siya. Tapos parang mayroong temporary life certificate doon na naka-attach na sa application. Hindi na natin na yun lang ang lalabas mo sa isa. Legal capacity, must be of legal age, must have sound mind and body. Sa insurance company naman, dapat registered and regulated and the required capitalization. Yan natin go over there. When does insurable interest exist? It exists when a policy owner has reasonable chance of suffering a financial loss. lagi yan, matandaan. If the person who is insured dies, it should exist between the insured and the named beneficiary. At saka, it's existed from the inception that the policy is required. So, at kailan nagkakaroon ng insurable interest? The person has insurable interest in the life and health of sarili niya, asawa niya, his spouse, and his children. Kaya nga, di ba, in-insure natin yung mga anak natin. Of any person on whom he depends wholly or in part for education or support. So, halimbawa, kasi nga magkakaroon ng financial, example nito, yung bata, pinaaral ng tita, dahil kasi wala ng magulang, dahil siya nag-support sa bata, kung sakaling mawawala siya, may financial loss sa bata, kasi pinag-aaral niya. So, pwede niyang gawing beneficiary ng bata sa policy niya, lalo na kung wala ng magulang. So, yun yung, o kaya, kahit na hindi ka mag-anak, basta establish na matagal mo na siya, tinitake care, siya sa nilang katira na, ganyan. So, tapos, of any person under a legal obligation to him for the payment of money, ano yung example natin kanina? Housing loan, siyempre may obligation tayo sa bangko, then we can make the bank as beneficiary. Meantime na binabayaran niyo yung housing loan. The moment na na-fully pay na yung housing loan, then you have the right to get the policy from the bank and cancel them as the beneficiary and put your family as the beneficiary. Tapos, o kaya kung may utang ka sa isang tao, parang naniniligurado siya pag may nangyari siya nagbabayad ng utang, ang tawag doon, creditor's insurance. So, lalagyan mo siya as creditor. Kahit hindi kayo mag-ano-ano. So, if any person who's the life estate or interest estate, so, ang purpose mo kaya ka nag-insurance kasi meron kang properties. Pag namatay ka, habulin ka ng gobyerno sa estate tax. So, better magpa-insure ka. Kaya, yung mga big cases namin, comes from the estate plan. Kasi established, so, dami ng pera, ganyan. Would you believe 500 million na nagpapa-insure? Tapos, tanong nyo kung magkano premium. Endowment, hindi, endowment. BUL yata siya. BUL yata siya na 500 million, 88 million premium. Annual. Ako, napakalaki mo. Sun Life yun. Kaya, maano si Sun Life sa mga big cases. So, yan, record-breaking yan sa industry. First show, naka-close na ganun. It was in 2018 August. So, naka 1 year na yun. Kaya sobrang dami ng mga ano niya. Trips niya, dami. Kasi turog-turog na yun. 88 million. Para ikaw, gusto mo na, titigil ka na. Pag nakawa ka. Hindi siya tumigil. Nakikita ko po nga siya nag-award. At saka kasi manager na siya. Hanggang, ano pa rin siya. Siguro naman, ang dami na ng investment niya doon. Hindi ko alam saan niya nilagay yun. Ano, saan mo?
Yan, sa
Ha? Ito. Okay. So, when the insured dies and the policy is active, ano yung entire contract clause, ownership, premium payment, dispute, policy loan, assignment, and dividend. So, isa-isa na natin. So, entire contract clause daw, made up of the policy and attached application form. Yun yung contract clause. And then includes other reports, amendment materials to the policy. May mga dagdag, additional may amendment form. Cannot be affected by later changes. Ownership. Of course, right to assign, transfer, or have policies amended. Right? Change beneficiaries and exercise privilege in the contract. So, pagka pinilitan mo, pwede. Pagpalitan mo lang. Kasi ikaw yung owner. Right to cash value and dividends. Premium payment can be done semi-annual, annual, quarterly. Payment of first premium makes the contract binding. So, yung ibig sabihin na limbawa, nagpa-insure ka ng Friday, tapos namatay yung weekend, hindi pa naman nasasubmit yun, di ba? Yun na yung interim insurance. Kaya binding pa rin siya. Especially pag wala naman siya, hindi dinisclose mo. Pero the moment na may lumitaw sa report na kinonceal niya, pwede rin hindi siya kaya importante talaga yung declaration ng sa application. And subsequent payments are entirely dependent on the policy. So, hindi kaya kailangan pilitin ng salary pagbayad kung ayaw mo na. Grace period, ilan? 30 days. Sa inyo, 60 days na. By the way, taga St. Peter kasi sila.
90 days.
90? 60 na alam. Tapos sinisingin na ako ng ano. Pwede pa naman. Parang naman hindi ako sa insurance, diba?
Actually, ma'am, 30 days.
Diba?
nag-disclose ka ng mga kumpanya, naka-video.
Right
Cut!
to cash value and dividends. Sorry.
Ulit.
Right to cash value and dividends. Tapos, policy loan. Pwede, di ba? Pwede kayo mag-loan against the cash value. Paano yung dividends? Actually, technically, pera na rin yun. Pwede naman mag-withdraw yung client sa dividends. Kaya lang, when you withdraw the dividends, tapos nag-loan ka sa cash value, wala na pagkukuha ng policy, pwede mag-lap siya. Pag, maubos yung value. Diba? So, dapat within prescribed limit lang, not to exceed cash value. Kasi pag nag-exceed, yun na, lapse na siya. Wala ka ng claim. And trigger sa loan as interest. Assignment, pwede rin siya, 2 years after policy is enforced, the company cannot contest its validity. Ito yung contestability period. Ano ba ibig sabihin? Yung, halimbawa, nagpa-insure ka, tapos kinonceal mo na meron kang sakit, halimbawa, mataas yung sugar mo, diabetic ka. Pag namatay ka within 2 years, automatically hindi ka babayaran. Kasi may concealment ka. Kaya lang, after 2 years, lagpas na talaga, at may nangyari. So, at minsan, hindi naman yun ang naging cause, and then, the company will pay. Yun yung contestability. So, dapat meron kang i-declare. Of course, participating policy holders lang, ha? Hindi po kasama dyan yung term insurance kasi wala na. And dependent on mortality experience, investment earnings, and expenses of the company. Not guaranteed yan. Alin yung guaranteed? Yung cash value. But the dividends depend kasi on the investment performance of the company. So, hindi talaga siya guaranteed. O, dividend option, pwedeng cash, kunin mo yung cash, reduce premium, pambayad ng premium, or it earns interest lang accumulate. Or, paid up addition. You buy additional policy through the dividends. Pwede kasi. And yearly term, renewable term insurance. Pwede kang kumuha ng yearly term. So, when the insured dies, with respect to misstatement of age, income stability, suicide, beneficiary settlement. Very, tawag ito, yung controversial yung suicide. So, I know meron kayo mga question. Misstatement of age. Ano mangyayari? Pagka hindi mo alam na sa birth certificate mo pala, nagkamali nanay mo, napatanda ka, dapat bata ka, or napabata ka, dapat pala mas 1 year ahead, 1 year older ka dapat. So, what will happen is, hindi naman void yung contract or the policy. So, it will have to be increased or decreased lang, or adjusted lang. So, amount proceeds will be adjusted upon death. So, let's say, limbawa, 27 ka, lalagay 26, maybe 1 year, malaking premium kasi yun eh. Pag namatay yung tao, yung number of years na nagbayad, na-adjust na sa 1 year premium. Dapat bawasin yung bibigay sa'yo. Kasi napabata ka eh. The other hand, baliktad mo, vice versa. And then, contestability, the right of the policy holder to transfer assigned policy. Pwede mo naman i-assign transfer. Ang types is absolute and collaterals. Pwedeng bigay mo sa mga anak mo as absolute transfer na siya sa mga anak mo. And must notify the company of any assignment. So may parang form. And company will accept without question. Try suicide. Maka-claim ba? In your personal opinion. May maka-claim pag nag-suicide.
Wala, accidental lang.
Wala?
Sabi ko
Huwag naman, kawawa na.
Sa term of premium.
Kala niya wala ka na. So, actually, to discourage financially desperate people from purchasing policies with suicide in mind, if committed within 2 years of the policy, the company will refund the premiums. Pero, pag after 2 years, bayad na. Makaka-claim. Pag wala na ito, tsaka pa rin sila makakakuha. So, parang sila yung pinakahuli. Priority. Okay. So, revocable naman, yung changes, amendments to the contract may take effect without the consent. So, pag pinapalitan mo sila, dahil revocable sila, wala naman silang papipirmahan ka. Kaya lang, subject to estate action. Pero kung gusto mo, irrevocable, pwede na siyang hindi subject to estate. Hindi ka matatax ng government whenever na bibigay mo yung proceeds. Ang problem lang, pag nag-change ka amend to the contract, kailangan written consent ng beneficiary. So let's say, meron na kayong alitan, in terms of husband and wife, pag medyo hindi na kayong good terms, bigla sabi, papalitan mo sila, ako, nahirap, hindi mo mapapapirma pag ginawa mo, irrevocable. May case din akong ganyan sa client. Nag-aaway na talaga, nag-iwalay na sila. So, piniano niya, papirmahin ko daw yung ano. Anyway, so minors are not recommended to be named as irrevocable. Bakit? Kasi minor nga, so hindi naman sila makakasign. Diba? Sa legal, wala silang legal capacity to sign. So, yun, huwag mo ilalagay na irrevocable. So, normally, at least mga adult lang Kung malalaki ng mga anak nila, pwede. So, settlement option. Ito ha, picturean nyo lang siya kasi lalabas siya. As is din yun. Yung limang yan. Naka-enumerate nga lang. Haba. Lump sum interest option, fixed period option, fixed income option, life income option. And let's take them up one by one. So, pag sinabing settlement, yung pagbayad ng proceeds ha. So, settlement, lump sum, single sum payment of proceeds lang. So, one payment lang. Pag interest option, yung company will hold the proceeds to earn interest. Interest earnings will be paid out regularly. Eh, hindi tayo ganun. Actually, lump sum lang tayo. Kasi nga, may responsibility kang pakitain mo yung pera mo iwan sa'yo. Diba? At saka, lagi mo yung monitor yung paying out regularly to the beneficiary. So, kasi isa naman is fixed period option. Ito naman, beneficiary pays equal amounts at regular intervals over a specified period of years. So, halimbawa, 10,000 every month for the next 10 years. So, parang iniwan din niya, pero this time, may naka-allot siya ng amount at saka number of years. Wala rin time yan. Hindi lang ginagawa yun. So, fixed income naman, pays beneficiary specified amount until proceeds are depleted. Ito naman, sabi niya, 1 million, na sige, 10,000 hanggang maubos yung 1 million. Kung hanggang kailan man yun, basta hanggang maubos. So, yan yung mga forms of settlement. And the last is life income option. Pays the beneficiary regular income for his lifetime. Hanggang buhay naman yung beneficiary. No matter how long he lives. Diba? Kaya hindi natin ginagawa kasi pumulantol mo yun very tedious yan. Diba? Mga kanyang gano'n. Lump sum lang tayo. But for industry concept, yun yan. When the insured quits paying premium, sabihin ng quits, yung ayaw na magbayad. Diba? Kasi 100 years pa naman magbabayad ka. Ikaw ba? Hindi ka ba mapagod nun? So, nagkaroon ng mga non-forfeiture options. So, sa non-forfeiture, tsaka i-reinstate mo na natin yung tax para hindi ma-forfeit siya. So, let's take them up one by one. Meron tayo itong cash surrender value, reduce paid up, extended term, automatic payment doon. So, pagka cash surrender, ibig sabihin, yung policy mo na, yung cash value ng policy mo, yun na yung gagamitin mo. Surrender mo na lang siya, kukunin mo na lang yung pera. So, ibig sabihin, tumigil ka, pero hindi na profit, may nakuha ka pa rin. Yun, ibig sabihin ng cash. Kaya cash surrender value, kukunin mo na lang yung dividend sa yung cash value. Kahit gano'n pa kaliit yan. Kasi nga, bibigay sa'yo. Pero hindi mo expect, na kung anong binayad mo nga, yung sinasabi mo kanina, babalik sa'yo, of course, kasi may mga expenses na yan, di ba, over the years. Reduce paid up naman, is actually, lagyan na natin na example siya. So, sabi natin kanina, coverage natin until 100. Kung ikaw ay 30 years old, so you're paying until age 100, di ba? Kaso, tumigil ka na in between. And imagine if you are paying if you're covered for 1 million and you're paying for, sabi mo, 25,000, eh, naka 10 years ka lang. So, 250,000 lang, di ba? This might not be enough to cover you until age 100. Pero, dahil gusto mo, covered ka pa rin hanggang 100, papayag ka, papalitan mo na yan. Diba? Kukumpitin ng company in such a way na itong binayad mo, itong naiwan sa cash value mo, may cash value pa yan, eh, ang kaya na lang is kalahati na lang. Let's say 500. Pero until age 100 na. Nagets nyo? Reduced na siya. Pero naging paid up na. Wala ka na babayaran. Sige na yung ayaw na kasi magbayad. So, ginagawa yan sa mga whole life, endowment, ginagawa namin yan. Yun yung option na tayo. Pag napago. On the other hand, itong ETI naman, so tandaan nyo, ito yung RPU, RPU ito. Yung ETI naman, the same concept, pero this time, diba yung kanyang this time, yung 1 million, gusto pa rin niya i-retain. So gusto niya i-extend yung coverage niya, huwag mong babawasan. Pero ito ang bawasan mo. Instead na 100 years, sige, kukumpitin na rin company na, baka 20 years and 116 days na lang ang pwedeng gamit ang cover sa iyo nung nabayad mo, naipon. So, lumalabas, eksakto kukumpitin mo na hanggang kailan na lang yung coverage mo. On a full coverage of 1 million. Nagets nyo yung difference? Sa Excel, labas na labas siya. Sa Kaya pag naintindihan yung concept niya, kahit paikot-ikotin pa yung question, alam mo siya. Kaya nga, extended term, yung term mo na extend, hindi ka na up to 100. Pero the amount of coverage is still the same. Sa reduce paid up naman, reduce kita, pero hayaan mo hanggang 100 taon ba yung cover hanggang lifetime. Na-gets? And then automatic premium loan, pag hindi ka nakabayad sa policy, automatically, pag may cash value, nagiging loan siya sa policy to save the policy from lapsing. Kaya hindi siya mag-overfit. Kaya nga non-forfeiture option siya. So, ito na yung mga explanation. Yan. Policy claims, policy on claims, and immediate cash payout for this policy. Once elected, policy is terminated. Wala ka na insurance. Surrender mo na yun. Next is, next is reduce paid up. Protection continues for life, but on a lower face amount. Diba? Yun yun. Fixed paying, same protection, pero reduced amount. Pag extended term, protection continues for the same face amount. Full. But only a certain period of years and days na lang. Exactly the question will be that. Years and days lang. And automatic non-forfeiture option. Then automatic premium loan, the company lends to the insured in the amount of the cash value to pay for the overdue premiums. Policy has to be sufficient amount of cash value. Kaya yung tanong doon, when the cash value is exhausted, the policy continues by default kasi lapse na siya pag naubos na yung cash value. Reinstatement is pwedeng pure reinstatement, pwedeng redating. Pero naman yung redating ginagamit lang sa pre-need. Wala kasi sa insurance sa ano. Pero ito yan, pure reinstatement, lahat ng back past due premiums plus interest kailangan mong bayaran. Kaya nga rin, pure. Kaya lang, minsan subject to proof of surability or medical. So lagi po nakita niya medical yan. Yung medical ka. Redating naman, new premium would be charged, di ba? Saan nag-apply sa premium based on new attained age and new policy effective date. Mababago siya. Pwedeng tumaas yung premium mo kung mga nangyayari sa same dito, yung mga policy ng premium. Tumataas siya. Pero dito sa atin sana wala eh. Annuities, ito yung sabi ko, pwede kong i-discuss ko lang yung kanyang feature, pero we'll not go into further yung mga descriptions niya. Kasi mostly hindi siya malabas. What is an annuity? It's not a life insurance policy. It's a purchase of income. So, liquidation of both capital and interest, magkasabay. So, how are annuities different from life insurance contract? So, compare it natin para medyo maganda yung magiging yun. So, life insurance daw, sa nature niya, it's an estate creation. Sa annuity, estate distribution. Kasi once na mature na siya, bibigyan mo na lahat eh. Kaya may yung pension, tsaka education is parang annuity siya. Kasi bayad ka ng 10 years, bayad ka ng 10,000 for the next 10 years, tapos kunin mo na yung 1 million on the 10 year. Yun yung kaya distribution. Sa life insurance, ganito siya. How do you explain the estate creation? So let's say, ito yung cash mo sa bank, cash in bank, meron kang deposit. Eh, pag sinabing estate creation, halimbawa kung ito meron kang 10 million sa bangko, hindi naman ibig sabihin kung gusto mong pa-insure ng 10 million din bibigay mo. Hindi. It's only a portion of your cash. Sometimes it's about, sabihin mo ng 10%. So that's about 100,000. Yung 100,000 mo, naiwan dito 9.9 million. Ano pa rin yung asset mo na yan? Diba? And now, transferring this amount to this, ito yung insurance mo, you're actually creating another asset. Asset pa rin to. Kasi pag may nangyari sa'yo, cash to eh, di ba? In cash amount mo makukunin. Ito lang nilabas mo. So you're creating an asset out of another asset, which is yung cash mo sa bank. Nagets ba? Question? Sige. Wala naman. Nagets, di ba? Kaya, kino-consider ang nature ng insurance as estate creation. Kasi estate mo to, estate mo to. Nag-create ka na another estate. And sometimes, yun nga, yung ito lang ang tanging hindi natatax ng government, dito na estate tax. Kaya yun yung beauty na hindi nakalagay lahat ng pera mo sa bangko. Kasi nga, etong part na to, eto na-freeze. Eto, nabibigay agad sa beneficiary. Ito mga ngayon, yung matay kong siyempre magbibigay, pantulong yun.
Actually ngayon, pwede mo nang i-kaltas on the bank yung 6% eh.
Ayan, ngayon.
Na-freeze. Although, syempre 6% pa rin yun eh. So like, may impact pa rin.
May maximum, di ba? 9 million to. 5 million lang ang maximum na pwede ka mag-withdraw. Dati kasi hindi talaga nag-withdraw kahit magkano. Ngayon, nagbago na ngayon yung estate tax.
The train law, yeah.
Na pwede na mag-withdraw up to 5 million. Pero paano yung 9 million? Di ba? Sayang naman yung 4 million mo, hindi mo lalabas. Ganun pa rin. Tapos bumaba na nga, sabi niya 6% na. Dati 20% yung tax bago mo mabayad ka ng 20. Ang laki nun. 20% of 10 million is about 2 million. Diba? So yun, kung wala kang ganung pera, paano mo lalabas yung 10 million mo, kailangan mo lang 2 million. Kailangan mo nga ng pera. Kasi yun yung ano. Ngayon, yung insurance lang ang talagang nahahawakan mo. Commission, di ba? Every month. Ito, pwede kang mag-pay in lump sum eh. Bayad ka ng advance. Di ba sa inyo, advance bayad ka, isang buo. Tapos 10% discount. Tapos pagdating ng yung sa mga pension, kunin mo na rin lump sum. So ito, paid, purchase price, mostly paid in lump sum. Sa recipient, may beneficiary ito. Ito ang tawag, annuitant or successor. Tapos payment of proceeds, death of the insured or the maturity policy. Dito naman, habang buhay yung annuitant or until the specified period. Hanggang 10 years, 10 years lang. So we'll not go anymore on the details of the kasi annuity, hindi na siya binibenta ngayon sa pension. Wala na siya eh. Pero, dami Punta tayo sa ethics, ito very important. Unethical practices. Ano-ano yung mga unethical? Kasi, if we're working in a professional industry, it has to be with ethics na pag may pinapractice. Parang engineering, accounting, doctors, may ethics yung mga yan, di ba? So, ito yung mga unethical practice. Twisting, knocking, overloading, debating, misrepresentation. Isa-isa nila. Pag twisting is persuading the person to lapse or surrender a policy in order to purchase a new one. No, yan. It's called replacement. So, ibig sabihin, may insurance ka sa AXA, dahil gusto mong kumuha sa Sun Life, bebentahan mo. Hindi, lapse mo yung AXA kasi number 1 kami. Mali yun. Kasi, pagka nilapse niya yun, ito yung danger. Existing na yun. Sabihin mo, wala na contestability. Wow, tapos na. Biglang offer mo ng bago, subject to contestability. What if hindi siya ma-approve? Nilapse mo yun. Yun yung danger. Or, while the application being processed here, biglang namatay. Dahil sinurrender niya yun, patay ka. Kaya kailangan talaga, don't practice yung twisting, yung parang pinagpapalat ko siya sa... Next is knocking. Ito, very common. Making derogatory remarks about competing policy advisors of other companies. So, example will be, sabi ng kliyente sa'yo, sino kaya tingin mo pinakamaganda? Sun Life ba o Phil-Am? Ang laging sasabihin lang nyo daw is, sir, I don't want to comment on the other company, but I can tell you more about my company, Sun Life, because it has been here for the 125 years, and I've been here for 25 years, so talk more about the strength of your company, not the negative of the other company. Kasi parang sinisiraan mo na nga sila. Diba? So, pero, very common. Very common. Madadaanan yung tatatawa sila. Kasi gano'n naman talaga, di ba? And, overloading, selling a person insurance more than what is warranted by his resources. Kaya tinatanong natin ang financial, ang income nila. Para, in the event, di masasabi na, ay, binenta na ko, hindi ko kaya, laki-laki ng binibay sa akin. Hindi ko naman kayang bayaran. Tapos nag-lapse lang. And, rebating, very common siya, and no siya. Offering part of your commission to your client, accepting a small premium than the one stipulated in the policy, and then premium discrimination against policy holders. So, pagka in-offer niyo yun, parang very common yun sa, sorry naman, sa pre-need. Pero, lumalabas kasi, para kasing maraming ganyang client, kasi they wanted to earn. Kaya lang, ang difference natin with the other company like pre-need, sobrang limited lang yung servicing nila. Sa life insurance, kaya imagine, until age 100, baka nga sino mauna sa'yo, baka mauna ka pa di ba? Kasi, ang tagal ng servicing mo sa kanya, yung service na parang si all throughout. So, actually, you can tell the client na, sir, the reason I'm not giving any discount or rebate because I'm servicing you fully. In fact, I'll be here for you the next years of your payment, which is actually 10 years, 20 years, or even I'll be servicing the policy to your beneficiary. So pagka ganun, hindi na sila kasi we wanted to be different from the rest. Kasi laging ginagawa sa industry. So what capture above the rest is try to be as professional as possible. Is lapit na tayo. Misrepresentation. Misstatement of material facts of insurance. So, yun nga, you need to declare as truthful as possible yung lahat ng de-declare ng clients. Eh kaya lang, sometimes, i-qualify mo din. Kasi baka
Mm.
mamaya hindi naman siya gano'n ka-importante. Tapos ma-rated siya o maano. You're the best person to know. Yung best judgment on that.